Deftones, Pink Maggit, Standard Tuning Method, Guitar Tabs, and Guitar Lesson. I'm going to play all the different parts right at the beginning here. After that, I'll go back through, give the full explanation for it. Before we get into it, please hit that subscription button. It's the best way of letting me know that you like this video and you want to see more by Deftones. And now let's jump on in. Alright, so as mentioned, this is a standard tuning method for this song. If you can't get to the drop C and you rather just play it in standard and just make a few alterations with some voicings and positions, this should be just fine for you. And it works pretty well actually. This intro section, it's kind of a few different variants of the same thing. Initially, we just start right at this A flat power chord and just pick right through it, just the 4E, 6A, 6D. Right. And this next chord is probably where we're going to feel that lack of drop C. We don't have that low C note to hit, but we can still just pick through a C minor chord and works just fine. And with this, we want to do this kind of special voicing of it here where we'll do 3 on the A, then a 1 D, and then a 3 on the G. Right, and from there we'll move to an F, and this is like a F sus2. We'll just pick through the 1 on the E, 3A, and then come down and hit an open G. Right, and then finish it all off. In the intro sections here, we come up to a D flat, C sharp spot here. So 4 on the A, and then we hit the 6 on the D, and then we want to get that octave. So we would come up and hit the 4 on the high E here. And as I mentioned, there's just kind of some variants of that same pattern here. The A flat at the beginning stays the same in this second part, and the C minor stays the same. We just switch a little. We do a little scale now at that F spot. We pick it kind of the same way, just the 1E, 3 on the A, and the open G. But we're just going to pick through this a little bit now. We're going to land on that 3 of the D, back to the open G, 1 G to open, and then finish it at the 2 of the D. and then this time through we'll just finish it that same D flat with the 4, 6 to the high 4. The third variant here, pretty much the same as the second with that little scale at the F, but now we change a little something with the C minor section, or we do our same A flat. All right, but now when we do the C minor, once we hit that 3 on the G, we just kind of want to give it a slow bend and release. All right, and then we would do our little scale with the F. And then finish our D flat style. Once the chorus gets going, you know, all the band comes in, and at this point we're just kind of like strumming eighth note style on these chords, and same chords, we just switched the final one. All right, we just hang out on our A flat power chord, the 4 with the 6s. Drop down for that C minor chord to the F. And now instead of the D flat, we just come off to open E power chord. And the chorus variant that's happening here, it's basically a second guitar that's happening. It's kind of doing this scale up, and you can incorporate it into the chords if you like, which I'll show you here. You know, we do our same A flat power chord to the C minor. But once we get to the F, we kind of want this, in the midst of all of this F to E, we want, okay, the E flat to F right there. All right, and then come off to open G note, and then to a first fret on the G sharp. You know, you could do it this way, where you're just doing the octaves, like an A and G, where you don't mess with the chords really. You're just kind of doing the octave scale up if you want, and it's, you know, 6 A 8 on the G. Slide up to 8 and 10. Slide the 8 and 10 up to 10 and 12, and then the 10 and 12 up to the 11 and 13. So you could do that if you want, or you could just try to keep it within the chords if you'd rather have, you know, don't really want to feel like it's dropped out at that point. So all right, hit that F power chord, but hammer the 1 D to 3, and try to emphasize it when you pick it, you know. And then just kind of lift off so you can get the open G under it. And then when you switch to the E, just hammer that G open to 1.